Hello and welcome to yet another beautiful music production live stream. Today is Saturday, the 27th of June 2020. I am Felix Rösch, Berlin-based composer mining the edges of electronic, ambient and classical music. That's what I do for more than 20 years now. No, that's a lie! Hey, wait, for 10 years? Why did I say 20 years? I don't know. For 10 years, more than 10 years now. And on this channel here, especially on these live streams, you will find a very beautiful but small community of music makers from all over the world sharing our stories and always learning new stuff together. I do these live streams 3 times a week. The streaming schedule, oh man, it's just too early today. The streaming schedule for that is in the description of this video. And if you would like to join, just say hi. I read out every message, and if you're seeing this after the fact, I also reply to every comment. So if you have any questions or like to take part in this, yeah, just do that. I also release videos on different music production techniques and different gear I like to use. And all sorts of different stuff 2 times a month. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing, because that way you will not miss anything. Now, from what I've heard, 14-bit MIDI will not be here today, but he will probably see this after the fact. What we're going to do today, like always, we'll start with about 20 minutes of improvisation. And after that, we will listen back to the improvisation from the last stream, in case there was anything good in there and we can find it and build something new out of this. And after that, I think, I'm not sure if we'll do that, but I think we will be working on a new track. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Yeah, you know what? I'll just press record here. Hey, and thank you to our latest subscriber, Think Standard. By the way, I've added this little beautiful thing here where you can see who's the latest subscriber. So yeah, thank you to Think Standard and to all you other people who have subscribed in the meantime. Yeah, I'll just hit record here. Let's see, and we'll go into another view. Maybe not that view. Yeah, wait, but then again, just seeing the recording running is not that interesting, I think. So, yeah, I'll just start the recording here and start playing. Hope you enjoy. See you in about 20 minutes. Okay, I think that's it for today. Oh, it's so hot in here. It's getting hotter and hotter. Nonetheless, we will continue. Now, let me just change the view real quick. So we go to that one where you can see the DAW. Now, let's stop that recording. Okay. So today we are going to continue by looking at the last improvisation from, I think it's Wednesday. I think here was, there were some interesting bits in the beginning, I think, with the piano loops. The rest was just, I don't know, fiddling around with the pedal board, but not really finding too much good stuff. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe, next time when we listen to it, it will be better. Just like how it is so very often. Save changes before closing. Yes, please. 27th of June. All right. Okay. Now let's see. What do we have here? Okay, I remember. I just, I think we, I think we skipped the improvisation part in the beginning and improvised later because there was some problem with a small child in front of the door. Like my daughter in front of the studio door wanting to come in. Okay, let's have a listen. Okay. I mean, that is an okay that's an okay pad. Play around with the synthesizer. Let's see. Maybe that was interesting. So that pad is basically in C minor, I think. No, D minor. D minor. Yeah, but maybe. It's really simple. It's a really simple idea. And in case you have just joined, we are currently going through an improvisation from Wednesday, because usually I start my live streams with about 20 minutes of improvisation. In the hopes that there is something good in there we could use to make a song out of, or a piece, or whatever. A piece, probably, because I'm not singing. I'm not singing. Well, that's... with the D minor pad in the background, that's... I mean, it's very... these are 4 very generic chords. I don't know, but... yeah, that's better. And now, yeah, that's what I always do. That's so weird to hear what you're doing your head before you're doing it, and then you actually do it. Just because you're so used to it, you know, it's really hard to get out of these. Okay, now this becomes more interesting. And my major, yeah, unexpected major chords. That's more interesting. Yeah, well, I kind of like this a little bit. This whole thing. Let's mark it orange. Okay, then back to the piano. Okay, just some piano loops. That's kind of interesting. This. Well. Well, let's mark this orange. I like. I like these third chords with the, what was this? And here, and here. These chords are always something I wouldn't expect. Also nice, and this one is probably the weirdest one. The second part to this is never really good. That's the most boring version of it, I think. Yeah. New. Yeah, I finally found the most boring version and I stick to it. That's not a good idea. Okay. Let's see what comes here. Reversed piano. I like this B part. I kind of like this. Okay, let's mark this orange. No. Okay. Yeah, well. That's kind of interesting. That wasn't too bad. Okay. I like that tempo change, or that meter change rather. Yeah, well. That's okay. But there's not really yet anything where I would say, whoa, that's amazing. But hey. Sometimes... it's getting better. It's getting better. Maybe that beginning should be syncopated as well. Okay, now this. I mean, with the D minor background and the D major chords here, that's, well, it can work. Okay. So sorry. I kind of like that. I mean, that's very Thomas Newman-esque. But that's okay. Thomas Newman is a legitimate resource to plunder. Well, I kind of liked this one here. Kind of. Let's see. Let's go on. And I think here came the major chords. What I think what you can actually do is, if the upper structure, like if this pad in the background is in D minor, and the lower chords, like the full chords, are in D major, that can work. And the other way around as well, I think. If the different structures are far enough apart, frequency-wise or in the registers, this kind of works, I think. Hey, Carl! Hey, man. Carl, right? Hey, man, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. It's going slow here. It's a little bit slow. Slow morning. How are you? Ah, okay. This gets better. This impro gets better. Yeah, this is okay actually. I think. You know what? I marked this orange because I think there is some potential in there. I'll call this has to be developed, but there is, especially with these major chords. Major chords here. Yeah, it's been a quite hot morning, and my girlfriend is sick, so yeah. But my daughter is fine. You know, she's running around and demanding to get information about everything the world has to offer, which is kind of her job. So that's okay. Yeah, this gets better. You know, I'll mute... I just wanted to say I'll mute the background, but that's really quiet. It's just the synthesizer. I think it's the synthesizer through the mood. I must have used lots of piano loops here. Cal writes, good, thanks, it's really hot here today. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the club. It's really hot here as well. I'm sweating all the time. Man, if this is the summer 2020, I don't know. I don't like it. It's way too hot. You know, like 20, 22, 25 degrees Celsius with a little breeze, some clouds, but not too many. That's the perfect weather. And some rain occasionally, because, I don't know, I don't want to live in a desert. But yeah, right now. I also don't know if I should keep the doors and the windows closed, or if I should open them. I don't know. We don't have a Klimaanlage. What's Klimaanlage called? Wait, let me look. Air conditioning. We don't have air conditioning here because we don't want it, and because it's really expensive, and we don't want it. But still, really tough. Okay, well, I'll like. Well, this is this too generic? I don't know. Cal writes, same here, I can't function when it's too hot. Right? Do you have AC? With AC probably meant air conditioning. No, we don't. No. I think very, very few people in Berlin have air conditioning, actually. Like, these private houses, I mean. Some companies do. No, but we don't. You know, these are really old houses and they're very badly isolated, or how this is called. Like, you know, if it's cold inside, the cool will go out or the warmth will come in. I am so good at speaking English. I am so sorry, people. Okay, I kind of like this here as well. Although I don't really love it, you know. It's okay. And it's distorting. Why is it distorting? I don't know. I have to see where this distortion comes from, but that's fine. I mean, this is just for, you know, capturing ideas anyway. It's not really production. Yeah. But these distortions, man, and my voice is distorting as well, right? Or is it? I don't know. Well, you people in chat, there are 4 people watching now, so if any of you thinks my voice or anything else is distorting too much, please say so. We will look at that problem. Okay, you know what? Well, I kind of like this ascending 5th chord in the background. The ascending power chord. Kind of reminds me of Alice in Chains, Them Bones. Although this is in 7/8, I think, or in 5/8. And this is just plain 4/4. Okay, you know what? Let's mark it orange, but I think in this improvisation... A whale! A whale! A whale! Wait, there's more to come. Okay. Oh well. I think it's developed as far as, well, as it needs to be to understand what it can be. 14-bit Media writes, "Good morning, Berlin! Good morning, Stuttgart!" Because, in case you don't know, Cal is... Cal, 14-bit Media, I think you're still in Stuttgart, right? And how's the Prophet Rev 2? Did you two have a nice, long, hot night together? Cal writes, no distortion here. Cal writes, hi 14-bit MIDI. 14-bit MIDI writes, hi Cal. Beautiful. Nice that you are there, you two. And to all you other people who just tuned in, we are currently going through an improvisation from Wednesday. Because I stream 3 times a week. Currently it's Tuesday, Wednesday and Saturday. Oh wait, I have muted this. And this is the last improvisation we did. Okay, and I think there I'm trying to do something with the piano and the pedal board. That's kind of interesting. It's like a little chirping birds. That must have been the delay on the... Yeah, I think that's the delay on the mood pedal. And like with many other delays, when you change the delay time while it's running, you get this pitch shifting stuff. 14-bit Media writes, it was our first night together and it was magical. It made tender sounds when I touched it the right way. Yes, you have to be gentle and touch it the right way. And we're talking about a synthesizer, people. The Prophet Rev 2. He's very much in love with his as I am with mine. And he just got it. Oh, I like this. I like this. I like this here. It's a weird passage. Especially, and you hear here this. That's what I played, and the delay is a fifth below. Oh no, it's not. Now it is. Okay, I'm just playing around with the clock setting on the mood. I like this. I like these loops. And I think that is just the delay. It's not even the sampler. I think it's just the delay on the mood. Cal writes, soon I'm going to order a new guitar, PRS. Oh, Paul Reed Smith, nice. Baritone, to get some deep tones, can't wait. Yeah, honestly, I always wanted to have a PRS guitar, but they were, at least at the time, when I wanted one, they were so expensive that it was not affordable at all for me. Yeah, but I always wanted one. Good for you, good for you. 14-bit MIDI writes, nice, baritones are great. Yeah. I've never played one, but maybe I will someday. Yeah, well, I think the loops here are the highlight of this improvisation from Wednesday. As opposed of today. Today the loops were pretty bad. Well, that's not so interesting anymore. And now it gets really weird. Yes, no. Okay. Yeah, you have to be careful with these pedals. Cal, do you know what you will be playing with the baritone? With the PRS? Whoa. Ah, and that is with the Instant Lo-Fi Junkie engaged. And it's just a compressor, which really, really compresses. It compresses. You see here, like the signal would have been here, and it just bloop. It kills it. So we just have a tag. And a plop, basically. Ah, okay, and I think I'm trying to use the blooper as a delay with a pitch shifter, which is a great sound from the blooper. But with this one, I'm not sure. Oh, we have created little crickets. Little swamp crickets. 14-bit MIDI writes... Ah, wait. Cal writes, this is about 850 euros. So for a new guitar, as a serious player, it's not too expensive, especially for a PRS. Yeah, I was surprised. I remembered them to be really expensive, like for, I have to be honest, this was when I started to study and I had no money at all. I was just eating potatoes every day. Oh, nice. And these were like 2,000, 1,000, 2,000 euros. I think 1,500 at minimum. I think 2,000 something. 14-bit MIDI writes, Cal, try also Dun Electro Baritone. They are great too, and I think a bit cheaper than PRS. Kel writes, I'll be playing alt metal, heavy rock. I create some ambient parts for intros and outros depending on the song. Cool, thanks. I'll get the guitar out. I'll get that. He probably means I'll check that guitar out. I like these little swamp monsters here. I don't know how we made them, but they're kind of interesting. Yeah, you know, ambient intros and outros were my favorite parts in the bands I've been playing in. And then I figured, hey, why not make music that is just intros and outros? And here we are. No, it's not that simple, but a little bit. I really enjoy these. Okay, and then I tried to develop this, and it didn't work, I think. Yeah, I think this is just the swamp monsters. And that's it. I like the swamp monsters. Okay. And then they turn into swamp ghosts. Okay. Well, kind of interesting. Yeah, but I don't know. That's kind of interesting. No, not red. That's not a red idea, that's an orange idea. Okay. Yeah, well, that's really very sound designy. And again, that's the blooper pedal slowly cannibalizing itself, which usually sounds really beautiful. Okay. Okay. Now, that's our improv from Wednesday. Now let's cut out... Wait, was there something else? No. Okay, let's cut out all the good parts, all the... Basically, we don't have any red parts, we just have orange parts. So that improvisation was okay, I guess. And all of this can go, and this can go as well. Wait. Like that. And this can go as well. And this too. And this too. And this as well. And now we are left with 6 minutes. Let's have a listen. Let's delete it. I think that's a good idea to just listen back to the best of recording from that day. That's better. But yeah, it's still a little bit something I would do. Yeah, I do all the time, but like this, you know, on the Rev 2, just a simple saw wave, the initial program, and then the low cut filter opening and closing. I don't need anything else. I kind of like this. Okay, let's make this red. So we just have at least one red part. Yeah, let's make it deep orange. I think these were... Well, you know, to be honest, I don't think that improvisation was really good. But that happens. I mean, it would be weird if, you know, if you improvise for 20 minutes and every time there's something awesome in there. I mean, it would be great, but yeah. Cal writes, have you seen the website Sound Better? I'm looking for a mastering service, but there's so many choices. Yes, I have. They are from Spotify, right? I think. Or it's somehow related to Spotify. Seems good. You know, there are a couple of things I'm paying for with my releases. So, you know, the cover design, I think, is something. I want to have a good artist with also yeah, and lots of other stuff, but the mastering thing I'm kind of doing myself. I think we talked about this on the last stream as well, right? But I feel like this is something, it's always good to get a new, you know, a fresh pair of ears on your mixes. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth spending that amount of money on, at least yet, for me. Let's see what this is. Aha. Okay, that was actually an improvisation I have not recorded on stream, because that was June 28th. June 28th? Wait, that is tomorrow. That is from the future. No, I'm pretty sure this is from yesterday, because yesterday I, in case you don't know, the Ditto Looper, the Ditto Looper is actually pretty awesome, but it has really loud clicking switches. And I exchanged them yesterday, and to celebrate that, I made this little improvisation here. Which is okay. Well, but we don't have to listen to that now, I think. Yeah, and that's the reason why I love the Ditto Looper. Because you can... I think I will have to make a video about this, but it's so much fun to record one layer which is pitched down 1 octave, and then you overdub on it, and the overdub is in normal pitch, like not pitched at all, so you have one octave below and the normal pitch playing at the same time. And if you disengage that pitch shifting effect, everything moves up an octave again. So the bottom layer, which was pitched an octave below, is now normal, and the top layer, which was normal, is now 1 octave up. Sounds like this. And of course it's sped up as well, so it's twice as fast. And it just makes some beautiful piano textures. And now it's pitched down again. And of course you have 2 looper engines in there. Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. But I felt like the heavier the loop is, the harder it is to actually add something musical to it. Like, and with musical I mean composed, which is more than just one chord. I don't know, but you know, it takes a lot of space, these loops. And here, you know, I'm trying to add some chords or harmonies to it, or some melody, and it's hard, you know, because but then again, I could listen to this loop for quite some time. Yeah, and that again makes me think one piece on that new EP will be a piece purely consisting of these loops fading in and out of each other. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Okay, now what I would like to do now is open our first one project, because that is the first piece we wrote, and hopefully the system won't crash. If it crashes, I'll have to restart everything and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Good luck. Let's load it. Toy, toy, toy. And yeah, looking good. Okay, all right, it'll load it perfectly. Let's have a listen. Okay, I already don't like the... I don't like that pad. The texture and the background in the beginning is okay. Hey, but and anybody else, Cal, if you're looking for a mastering service, have you tried? You know what sometimes really works well is if there are artists you really like, and especially the ones that are not, you know, these really major big artists, but smaller ones. Find out who mastered their tracks, and I think you would be surprised at how possible it is to have these people who master these tracks master yours. And it's also, you know, great for pitching your music to other people after that, because you kind of already can make this connection to the artist you like. So you can say, yeah, here, see, I don't know, and who also mastered artist XYZ, and already you have a connection. You're connected to that artist in some way. You know what? We'll have it fade in and out like this, and it's a little bit quiet. Let's just make it like 6 dB louder. I think always on the start of the phrase, which is in F minor, and this loop is in C minor. I think it should be a little more quiet. Because, you know, F minor, C minor. I mean, you can... They are not that far apart. But it's better to... I think to not have them clash. Cal writes, yeah, great idea. Yeah, it's just something I see people doing, so... I'm not so sure about this. And maybe we have to create a new loop here. And maybe one which is not, you know, this one has... It's the fifth, it's the minor third, it's the second. So, and in the background there's boom, 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 a pitched down version of that. So it's, you know, there's already a lot of harmonic information in this loop. I don't know, maybe I think we'll have to remake this and make it a little bit more open, because if it's playing in the background all the time, it has to kind of work with all the chords that happen there. And it doesn't right now. At least, I mean... Yeah, you know what? Let's make a new one. Let's make a new one. We will keep this, duplicate it, and mute the old one. Cal writes, will you be making any tracks with beats percussion on this EP? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. You know, the problem I have with beats and percussion is it always, I don't know, it makes it, very often it makes it kind of cheaper. I don't know, like in a maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure about this yet. One problem with this might be that the whole setup I have here is not really like the improvisation setup is not really set up in a way which allows me to do that live. But I don't know. I'm really open to this idea, and on my next EP coming out, there is at least one track which has a constant 4/4 kick drum. Wait, we can actually listen to this. And I can tell you why I like this in this track. But you know, very often I think it's really hard to make this sound good. That's the Ref 2 in the background. The Ref 2 has an awesome arpeggiator, which you can also shuffle like this. Yeah, so with this track, but you know, this didn't, well, that's also wrong. It came from an improvisation on the Ref 2. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, Cal writes, I know what you mean. It can be hard to integrate the percussion to make it seem whole. Yeah, to make it seem whole, and to, I don't know. I think it would be really interesting. Maybe we'll do that. Now that you're saying it, maybe we'll do that. I mean, there are some tracks I really like that also incorporate a kick drum, like with a 4/4 beat and piano. But yeah, let's see. I don't know yet. Yeah. Yeah, but this will be out on October 9th, the whole EP, and this track, I think, on sometime in August. Now, I think... Oh, I mean, we could try it with this one. I mean, it's in 6/8. 14-bit MIDI writes, yeah, it has, can confirm, smiling face. Yeah, and in case you just tuned in, that's 14-bit MIDI with his brand new Prophet Rev 8, Rev 2, I'm getting mixed up with all these numbers. Yeah, and he's just as in love as we were. I mean, I'm talking about my Rev 2 and me, and we're still very happy. And in love from time to time. 14-bit MIDI writes, great arpeggiator there. Yeah, I like it a lot. Hey, that's, you know, 14-bit MIDI, that's great. Now we can exchange these little tricks and tips on the Rev 2. Kel writes, I saw in a... What? Kel writes, wait, I'll make this a little bit quieter again. I think 6 dB was a little bit too much. Let's make it 2. Kel writes, I saw in a snare and hi-hat your thumbnail for the live streams. Ah, you saw a... yeah. Yes. Do you mic and mix them or just for ideas? Well, actually, that's, you know, some really just the overheads and some really, I don't know. But you hear the hi-hat in the background, and sometimes you hear the snare with a little rim shot, but played very arrhythmically. And that's this. That's this drum set. I'm not sure if I have used this anywhere else as well. No, not there. No. Wait, there was a track I used this on. Can't remember. I don't know. But I sometimes record this here with just... Kel writes, oops, sorry, I mistyped. That's alright. I misread all the time. And do you mic and mix it then? Yeah, I kind of mic it here in this room, and it has this beautiful room acoustic, which is okay. It's actually okay. I also, have the snare drum and a floor tom as well. And I think with floor tom, snare drum, and hi-hat, that's already, you can get some decent sound with that. And when you have a kick drum from the computer, which does something, you can play along to that and it's fine. Yeah, sometimes record this here in this room. And mix it and mic it, and that's also a moment where the SM57 comes in really handy for a snare drum microphone, or as a snare drum microphone. Well, it's just so hot in here. Seriously, I feel like I'm in an oven. Okay, you know what? What we'll do now is record some more piano loops. That will work, hopefully work with this. Okay, so I will have this running. Hey, Mystical Physics, nice to see you. Hi guys, how is everyone? Well, I'm cooking right now. Or I'm cooking and sweating, it's way too hot in here. But we're on the finish line with this piece here. 14-bit MIDI has a new synthesizer, the Prophet Rev 2, which I also have here. and is very much in love. And yeah, Cal is getting a baritone guitar, apparently, from PRS. I'm a little bit jealous. But you know, for me not being... I mean, I've been playing guitar since I'm 14, 15, so I can play guitar. But, you know, I'm not a professional guitar player, and having 5 guitars here already feels like overkill. So, yeah, and... Okay, you know what? Let's start recording. Mystical Physics writes, nice, I am finishing up my studio. That's good to know. I've been very busy and my hands are sore. How long have you been working on that studio? And what I just found is, what's also interesting is to record some live effects for that piece, which are, you know, also where they should be, like performing these live effects. It's kind of fun. Well, that was interesting. Okay, let's see if it recorded that. Yeah. Actually, these are still from the improvisation from today. These are the leftovers which were still saved in the Ditto. It's kind of interesting. And it kind of works with this track as well, because I think the improvisation was also mainly in C minor. So yeah. Well, let's see. Let's build something new here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and I'm talking. That's not new. Okay, maybe this fades in, you know. You can still hear my daughter in this loop. And it's pretty loud. The loop is way too loud still. Hey, mystical physics, you have to share. You don't have to, but I'm really curious how your studio looks. Do you know what you will do there mainly? Like mainly record, you know, or will you produce stuff as well? Or like record local bands or stuff like that? And at this point, the high piano things could come in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like this. Yeah, that's so much better than the old one. Hey, and this should repeat, please. You know what? Let's perform this. Let's perform this with this song. I'll just so you can see it better. Okay, I'll just go down on my piano. There's the looper, and I'll just perform this piano thing here. Okay, let's have a count in, which is long 4 bars. Okay. And let's do it. Maybe we'll start with the high-pitched ones. Okay. Phew. Let's go to the screen. I hope I have recorded something. Oh, have I? Did I not record anything? Oh no! Mystical Physics writes, I've been working on the studio since the start of quarantine. A lot of the materials were not available because of the stores being closed. That's why it has taken me so long. Yeah. I'll do some acoustics tests after I've built the room within a room to decide if I need another layer of drywall, but if not, it's pretty much finished. Nice. Nice. And how do you measure the acoustics? Do you have like a special microphone and stuff like that? Because I know many people who... You know what? I'll re-record that again. I'll have to do it. I have to do it. Okay, that's better. Mystical Physics writes, I've got some monitoring software for acoustics, sends out sound waves and produces a detailed report on reflections, dB frequency, build-up, etc. Oh, that's good. Especially if you have the microphones for that, because I think the microphones are essential. If you have like a SM57 and do it with that, it doesn't work. Kai writes, which store do you normally use to buy music gear? I used to go with Anderson's, but now I use Thomann. I think it's the cheapest. I don't know. Well, in Germany we don't have Anderson's. We just have Thomann and lots of other stores actually. I mainly use Thomann. honestly. Sometimes Thomann doesn't have the stuff available or doesn't have it at all. That's when I usually go to a music store, which is in Cologne, and they also send stuff pretty fast, and it's also a really good store. Yeah, and they are probably about the same price. Yeah, but with Thomann, I'm really, really happy with it. I've never had any issues. They are usually also very relaxed on when you want to give something back and don't want to use it anymore, or if it doesn't work or anything. They are. It's a pretty good store, actually. I like it. Oh, the camera gave out. Wait. So sorry. I have to fix that. Yeah, works now. That's sometimes, the batteries don't really last that long, or as long as they need to. Cal writes, did something happen to the stream? Sorry, I was away, I can't see it. Yeah, and again, oh man, I hate when this happens. But I think I'll close the... I'll just close the console app here, because that also takes away from... oh wait, Dropbox! What are you doing, Dropbox? Oh god. Good god. I'm so sorry, people. Well, I closed Dropbox, and then my whole system crashed and I restarted it, and then Dropbox automatically started and now it's syncing. Yeah, should be fine now. Should be fine now. Okay, yeah, now the kilobit thing is green again, so it should be better now. So sorry for that, people. These are the hiccups. Yeah, the hiccups. Okay, but I kind of like this. Yeah, I like this. I'm not entirely sure about this piano pling pling stuff. You know what? Maybe no, we can do all the stuff you can do when you're in a DAW. Let's reverse it. I mean, that's honestly something the Ditto Looper can do as well, but here we can try to do that without performing it, and that's good. Okay, writes, oh no, not UAD again. Are you still having problems with UAD? Yeah, I have. It's really bad, actually. My system crashes very often whenever I open the console app or a project with UAD plugins. Yeah, and it really just happened since I have the Apollo Twin X, and I'm really, I don't know. I have to write their support to see if they can fix it, but I don't know. And I didn't only have that problem on my MacBook Pro, on the Mac Pro here, so on my main computer, but also on my laptop, which is a 2019 MacBook Pro. And it also crashed in the same way. So I don't know, there's something with this that doesn't really work too well. I don't know. Okay, now let's try to disengage warp mode and put it down 1 octave, because that way we get this beautiful thing here. Okay, that might work. So that when the A1 melody starts. Not sure. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do a crossfade here. It's a little bit less obtrusive. And I mean, the main part should still be this piano track here. Let's see. Cal writes, could you explain the difference between parallel and sidechain compression, please? Yes, of course. I asked Reddit, but got too many different answers. Okay, so as far as I understand it, we can do this right here. You know what? Let's make another track and use some kind of drum loop. That's always good. Loops, rock metal drum loop, yeah. 120 works. Pattern like this one. And it has to load. And because I quit Dropbox, it won't load. So we'll do it differently. We'll just use something else. I don't know. Let's use something percussive. That's always good. And hey, maybe there is still some... Wait, Felix drums. Felix drums is always good. I don't know. This. Well, you know what? Let's take these. Okay. They have good attack. Should work. And a little bit more often. I'm just building a track to demonstrate the difference between parallel and sidechain compression, because it's something very different. Okay, you know what? And let's have a beautiful snare drum with it. That is the worst track ever produced. Right here. Live on stream. Okay, and you know what? Let's have a kick drum as well. Kick. Yes, beautiful. Okay. Now, boom, boom, boom. That is beautiful. So we have this beautiful little loop here. Let's put it in a group. Okay. This is pretty compressed already, you know. That's why I would love to have... You know what? Just because I love to do that, we'll go to Dropbox and see for drum loop. Drum bass, drum loop, vinyl. Yeah, maybe this one. No. No. Okay, we'll do it with this one. Goes too long. Now, and oh yeah, another thing, we'll have this here. One pad from the thing that we just created. Let's make the drum red and all tracks that go with it, and another one which is just the pad here. So, this one. Okay. Now, okay, everybody, if you've just tuned in, this now has become a lesson on the difference between sidechain compression and parallel compression. We have two elements here. Element number one is this beautiful, beautiful drum loop. Now, what compression is something you know, I guess, but in case anybody of you watching doesn't know, the Ableton compressor does a pretty good job of showing you how compression works. So basically you have a threshold. Here you see the original signal. As soon as the threshold goes below that peak of the original signal, it starts to duck down the signal, the original signal. So, you know, it's basically, you can think of it of somebody saying, oh, this is too loud, I have to turn it down now. And there are, most often there are 3 parameters. The first parameter is, wait, I'll make this a little bit quieter. The first parameter is, or 4, threshold, which basically says attack here. If you put it very high up, the signal is too quiet, and if you put it down, it starts to act, to work and push down the signal to make it quieter. Then you have the ratio, which basically says how much more quiet it makes the signal. So if I put this very high up, you know, it does a very heavy job of making it quieter. If I just do this, it just, you know, barely touches the signal. Now the other things are attack, that means how quick it reacts, which is important, and the release, which is important as well. You can see here, if I put the release very far up, it doesn't even go back to the original signal. Now, what I can do with parallel compression is, wait, let me turn off that now. Parallel compression basically means, and that's another great thing you can do in Ableton. You know what? Let's use the Ableton feature for that, because Ableton makes it incredibly easy to use parallel compression. Yeah, you could basically just think of parallel compression as a dry wet knob. 0 is no compression. 100 is full compression. 50%, now the compressed signal is mixed with the uncompressed signal. Yeah, and in Ableton you can just have this beautiful dry wet knob and ta-da! Parallel compression. So why it's called parallel compression is the reason, wait, I can also show you like this. Now let's call this compressed. That's something you can do in Ableton. Wait, maybe that was a little bit too quick. You can make a group like this, put the compressor in a group, and now you have this chain here. What you can do now is add another chain. You know, it's here in this chain. This is first one. Let's make this second one green. The second chain goes parallel to that, so it goes through both of them. Now you hear both the compressed signal plus an uncompressed signal with the second. Yeah, basically that's it. You have one compressed signal, another uncompressed signal. They get summed up in the end again. You know, here at the end, they go through both chains. That signal comes in here, goes through there, and goes through there at the same time, and get added after that back together again. So you basically have 2 layers, which can be different loudness. Like the top layer, for example, whatever. One layer is compressed, the other one is uncompressed, and you basically just mix them together. The advantage of doing that is that sometimes with these very heavily compressed signals, you know, let's make it like this, you lose a lot of dynamic range. So if we do this, you know, there's no dynamic range anymore, or no dynamic anymore. And what you can do now is slightly add that uncompressed signal, which has much more dynamic, and mix it with the heavily compressed signal. And that's another thing. Usually the compressed signal in parallel compression is heavily compressed. It's really extreme, because you can start to have this bass line that is always full with sound, you know, that it never goes below that, but still have some dynamic peaks in there. Yeah, that's basically it. So that's the original, that's with parallel compression, and that's just the heavily compressed signal. Now, that is parallel compression. Sidechain compression, on the other hand, is something completely different. Not completely different, but pretty different. And for that, this thing here is great. Now we have a pad over this. Okay. What we can do now, so in case you just tuned in, we're We're in the middle of a session for Cal explaining the difference between parallel compression and sidechain compression. Now, sidechain compression is something that is basically there. Oh wait, let's start at a different point. You remember how the compressor here basically waits for an input signal, no? It waits for an input signal, and in this case here, with the drums, the input signal is the drums. So it's the drum itself. But the input signal can also be anything else. So, for example, here now I have a compressor on this track. And I could, you know, compress it the same way, pull down the threshold. Now the compressor starts to work. Here. And it basically reduces all the dynamic range. But there is not much dynamic range with this pad. Now, now the trigger for this compression is that signal itself. What we could also do is use a sidechain, and now the trigger for that compression can be anything else. So we could select as a trigger this kick drum here. And now each time this kick drum hits, that compressor on this channel, on the pad channel, is triggered. So now it sounds like this. And that's because every time this kick here... Oh wait, this kick... This kick, every time this kick hits, it compresses the signal. Which seems weird at first, but if you think about it, it's basically when the kick drum hits, the signal gets quieter. That means there's more room for the kick drum to sound, yeah, to produce sound. So if we put it all together, let's make it more extreme. No, and if I had not put that sidechain compressor, or the compressor in sidechain mode, whatever, on that pad, it would sound like this. And the kick drum would not be as, you know, as loud anymore. And by using sidechain compression, you can basically drown out everything else. And now the kick drum is very, very much there. And also you get this pumping effect. Now this is a very, very extreme setting, and usually you wouldn't... Well, you can use it like that, of course. But usually I would use this much more subtle. And there are lots of other ways you could do this. You know, the sidechain compression effect. But yeah, I think that's something that's like the very basic version of it. There you can get a lot more advanced with this, with starting to filter the trigger signal, or you could use a sidechain trigger, which is not the kick but some MIDI thing or a noise. There are lots of ways to do this, but this is the most basic one, and it works. Okay. Now, are you still there? I hope you are, because that were... Oh, okay, and we're almost done with the stream. I'm so sorry. But hey, everybody else, you probably knew what sidechain compression was. I don't know. But yeah, the difference between a sidechain compression and parallel compression is just compressing something 2 times. Hey, play along tracks writes, hey, hello to you, nice to see you. Cal writes, thanks for the tutorial, Felix, appreciate it. I love to learn about mixing. You're welcome, you're very welcome. You are good at tutorials. I am. You know, thank you. I always feel like I can't really precisely say what I want to say, but thank you, thank you. I hope you learned something, and I could help you with this. I don't know. Play along tracks. Hello, how are you? What are you doing, my friend? And what is this beautiful emoji? I think it's a hello emoji. Nice to see you. What are you doing? that. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is still okay. I mean, it's the problem with this is that it's getting in the way of the main piano track, because it's kind of in the same register, these pling 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 things here. Now I'm just pitching it down an octave. Or maybe let's pitch it up. Let's see what happens then. I think that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, let's put it down one octave. And you know what? We don't need this. There's this pad here. Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of it and just fade this out. And then we just have this pad, which is fine. Play along tracks writes, I saw your video about Spotify. Good stuff. Thank you, thank you. Glad you liked it. I hope you got some valuable information from that. Yeah, not many people saw this actually. But yeah, you know, I felt like when if I had seen this video 2 years ago, 4 years ago, I would be at a very different place right now. Because, yeah, somebody should have told me that it's possible and that you just have to do it. Yeah, so I thought maybe it helps somebody, just like this one Reddit post helped me. And I hope it does. I hope it does. Kyle writes, I have played to your backing tracks before play along tracks. Hey! So play along tracks, you're basically producing tracks to play along to. That would be really obvious, but I guess you do, right? And now here this works again. But I guess you're also a musician, play along tracks, right? I mean, obviously. If you're producing tracks to play along. Yeah, this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice. Let's see where this goes. Okay, okay. Yeah, well, let's move this a little bit further to the left. That could work. Okay, now let's see. Let's listen to this from the beginning. This is too much. This is too much. I think this piano pling 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 stuff. Okay, you know what? Let's get rid of the beginning of this new loops thing. No, we would have to call this new loops. Ah, I love these names. Now in the new loops, which we created on the last stream, they get annoying pretty fast. That's why we have to mute them pretty often. And the new loops consist of 2 loops actually. One is that pad here, that's made with the loop with the mute pedal, and this second layer is lots of piano. Not lots actually. I think it's just 2 or 4 piano layers of just noodling around in C minor. And pitching it down 1 octave on the ditto. Play Along Tracks writes, I haven't uploaded in a long time, but recently have started working on some stuff. Yeah, you know, I think it's always worth it. And I think it's also worth just working on stuff and putting it out. And even if it's just for the sake of having produced something which is done, you know, you can look at it if you want to, show it to people if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But it's, you know, you created something and it's finished. And that's, you know, if it was for that alone, it would be worth it, I think. Okay, that piano pling stuff is too much for my taste here. I think that loop is enough. And that pad. Ah, you know what? And with the melody... Okay, this marker here is at the wrong place. It should be there. So when the melody starts, this new loop, which is the old loop, starts. And it has to be a little bit more quiet. So, Play Along Tracks, what are you working on? Yeah, this is much better. Okay, and you know what? We don't need this piano pling there. Or do we need it? Maybe we need it? Yes, maybe in this short, very short period here. Yeah, and then it fades out again. Because we don't need it here. And here again. Yeah, and it can continue here maybe? Maybe, but that's too loud. 20 dB. Let's put it at 10. Yeah, I kind of like this. With this lower pitched, a little bit quieter pling piano loop. Yeah, and then the high, you know, the high pling. And with high pling, I mean this. This can come in. Maybe at plus 3 dB, that should be okay. Let's see. And listen back to it again. Okay, maybe not. Or maybe not at 3 dB. Let's put it at 0 dB, so it's like it was before. And maybe that's just the wrong entry point. Nah, but not sure about this. Okay, I think like that. It's very faint in the background. And now it's reversed. Oh no. No, I don't like that. That sounds too, I don't know, too new age. Well, okay, let's leave some of the reverse stuff in there. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, and you know what? Let's pitch down. Let's switch off warp mode for this part, and let's pitch everything 1 octave. Not everything, just the new loop. Yeah, so we get this little shimmering, a little bit darker sound. And I kind of like this. Yeah, I think that's good. Play along tracks writes, just working on some blues backing tracks. They seem to be popular still, but to be honest, YouTube has lost its magic. When I started in 2011, people could send video replies to my tracks. Oh, really? Oh, that's a nice feature. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, when I started to learn piano, I loved to play guitar. I loved to have these blues backing tracks, because playing pentatonic scales and stuff like that was really lots of fun. But hey, sending video replies is pretty awesome. But have you looked at TikTok? I guess that's all about video replies, right? But then again, what I don't like about TikTok, and I really don't like that, is that it's, you know, the jurisdiction it's in is in China. And that's basically, I mean, I don't want to get too much into political stuff here, but it's an authoritarian dictatorship. And I don't know if you want your data and all that stuff to be handled by them. I don't know. I met many beautiful, wonderful people from China, but I'm really... that's, you know... That's one thing that really stops me from using TikTok. Although I've heard it's really easy to grow there, and it's, you know, not really easy to grow on any other platform. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, true. You know, I'm just wondering why isn't there a social media platform from Europe where you would have the European, you know, standards for you know, data security and all that stuff. I would get on that right away. And yeah. Anyway, there probably is. I just haven't heard of it because it's too small. And that's the problem with it. Well, I kind of like it. I like this track. I think this first intro piano stuff here should be a little bit more, a little louder. I kind of like it. You know what? Cal writes, it gets complicated. I remember when YouTube was simple. Yeah, well, YouTube, that's why I'm doing these live streams and have really... at first I wanted to release a new video once a week. But then I figured it's really a lot of work and really complicated to do. So I just stick to these live streams, which are much more fun, by the way, anyway, you know. I cannot do any second take or, you know, I just have to be, I have to be me, you have to be you. It's all live. And that's really, no, it feels good. It feels good. You know what? Let's listen back to this on the speakers here. So hopefully, oh, this is so weird. The room. I'm hearing the room. So I hope there will be no feedback when I switch off the mute button. No, okay. That's fine, just a little bit. Yeah, I'll listen back to it now. And for that, I'm going to switch off the microphone. Okay. Okay, that piano sound is a little bit weird. I think we have to do some EQing with that. Cal writes, I was going to ask you how long do you normally work until you get ear fatigue? Well, probably too long. I usually work for way too long. That's why I didn't drink enough water today, so I haven't been to the toilet. That also helps. Yeah, but I think I've been doing headphone mixes here for way too long, so I'll listen back to this now on the speakers. But usually I have these 3 hours working sessions, and I do that a couple of times a day. Okay. And I'm not even sure why it sounds weird. It just sounds different on my speakers here. And what I really like about the headphones is that, well, this room here is less than ideal. And with the headphones, you know, I at least get very good, they're very, very precise. You can hear almost any little detail. And I mean, if you have a good room, and I'm thinking Mystical Physics probably has by now, you can do this too on monitors, but with the room I'm having here right now, that's a little bit different. Okay, I'll listen again. yeah, I think that's it. I was just missing that high end. And I think that's good. Like at, what is it, 5K? Yeah. Somewhere 5K we have this little bump here, and that should work. Cal writes, that's happened to me before, from using headphones for hours, then switching to monitors, and it sounds completely different. Yeah, yeah. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, all that work should have paid off, right? And again, that's the advantage of having a great acoustic room. Yeah, that's much better. And that's the funny thing, right? When you switch back to another monitoring system, whatever it is, you suddenly hear things that are wrong and you totally got used to on the other system. So I will probably also listen to this I will listen back to this on my smartphone and on my laptop. And I'm promising you, every time I do that, I will discover something new that can be optimized. And the funny thing is, now I'm listening to this on headphones and I'm liking it much more. Because I was actually missing that 5K. You know, without it, it sounds like this. That's without, and that's with. You know, it's just the pedal moving up and down, the strings, all these little details that make the sound much more alive. Nice! Okay, you know what? Let's listen back to this once more from the very beginning. And I will listen on my speakers. Okay. I think I can't really judge this anymore right now. Now, what we'll do is, and also because, yeah, my girlfriend is a little bit sick, and she's taking care of our daughter right now, so I don't want her to be too stressed. Play long tracks writes very good, nostalgic. I'm not entirely sure how what your comment refers to, but I guess it's the track right now. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic, but I am this melancholic boy, or man, very old man, melancholic man. Yeah, and I just like to write these tracks. I also write other music, but that's something that's pretty much me. Cal writes, sounds good to me. Thank you. Yeah, I will listen back to this on other systems now as well, but I think it's fine, really. So, I think we have finished this. This is like 99% finished. And I also think this new loop and new pad work much better. And these are still active, so, but just much more quiet now. Yeah, on headphones I love it. On the monitors here it's, we'll see. Let's save this as the first one, version 6. Yeah, and it's kind of nice, it's this little, this little piano piece, little cute piano piece, melancholic as well. So I think I'm going to end this stream now, because this is a nice ending, I think. And the next stream will be on Tuesday, the 30th on Tuesday, 30th of June, not July, June, 30th of June, at 15 p.m. Central European Time. So again, let's put this into one sentence which is coherent. The next stream, my friends, will be on Tuesday, the 30th of June, at 15 p.m. Central European Time. And then we will start working on something new. Wait, one thing I want to do now is go to the Best of June project. Wait, you know what? There's one thing we need to do now, and that is bounce this track. And this is really a very special moment, because I really, most of the time I wait quite a long time until I bounce anything, just because if you have the chance to listen back to it too early, it already feels like a finished track. And if that happens too early, yeah, you'll never finish it. So, when I listen to a bounced track which is not finished yet, I'm thinking, yeah, there's something wrong, and here the drums, and there this EQ, and this part is not good, but it's bounced already, and yeah, then it's kind of molten, or made into stone, and that's it. So that's why I really wait quite a long time until I bounce anything. But this track here, I think we can bounce it, and that makes it also much easier to listen back to it on my smartphone and on my laptop and all that stuff. Now, yeah, play long tracks. Writes, nice to meet you. See you then. Mystical Physics writes, okay, see you next time. Cal writes, bye Felix, thanks for the help. Yeah, goodbye to you everybody. It was a pleasure streaming for you and having you here. I think we're going to watch that bar finishing that bouncing process. Like I said, next stream will be on Tuesday, the 30th of June, 15 p.m. Yeah, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you everybody who was there, 14-Bit Media as well, Mystical Physics, Carl, Play Long Tracks, our newest member. Yeah, I'd love to see you on Tuesday. And have a great day. Have a great weekend.